Welcome back to Dirt 5. Today we are starting the Showdown main events and we begin with Showdown Ultra Cross main event at Zingzalong Forest Reverse China. Apologies for pronunciation. We need the top three to progress. Wolverine is going to use a new car for this one. He did this completely off his back and he decided to use the Duke Coupe off-road mod of the Rally GT class. And this is how he got on. Now, we know we need the top three. We will keep trying until we get one, taking in turns to see what happens. So this is the new car, and almost immediately he admitted he'd made a mistake. Um, I'm quite cool and wouldn't let him start again. I said, no, but it's the race. You never know. Something good can come out of this. He reckoned, and I agree with him because I actually had a go on this car afterwards and agreed completely with him. This car doesn't like mud or turning or speed or braking. It is horrendous to use in anything. One day we might find a race that it works for, but this one it certainly does not. He's coming in 10th place, hitting the rock there as he kind of got a bit out of sorts as he hit the water, and he went to turn, and yeah, the car went round. 12th place now. You can kind of guess where this race is going, but we'll see. He can never always make a comeback, but yeah, straight away, as soon as it was off the line, he was like, I've made a mistake. This car doesn't like me. So it's not the car that doesn't like you. The car is just not suited to the race, and that happens. It's not a big deal. You know, if we don't manage it the first time, we don't manage it the first time. We're going to catch the barrier here, and that's a massive crash there from the car behind. Um, yeah, just went too far to the right-hand side. You've got to be aware, them poles slightly stick out, which obviously could cause an issue. But he's still trying. He's not given up. He may have lost his boots, but he is still going forwards, and that's the main thing. He's trying to take 11th place, in fact. Getting a bit too close to the blocks there, but managing to make it work. As you can see, this car just doesn't like to straighten up. It just drifts everywhere. It is horrible. Right-hander now, he's up to 11th, up to 10th place, goes a little bit deep into the corner though, and back down to 12th place once again. You'd think with the big wide wheels it would be quite good at cornering, but it just, I don't know. I can't find a really good use for this car currently. Now he's got 3 cars ahead of him now, directly in line of sight. Hopefully he can get a few positions back up the inside, taking 2 positions there, but losing out because of contact with the other car, but this time making it work round the outside, and he has just about done it. He's up to 9th place. Now he hated this section of the race because he got really tight. He just couldn't really control the car enough through there. Managed to T-bone another car trying to get position, but he's currently in 9th place. Hopefully he can keep this position. At least it's you know, it's a decent finish for how the cup race has been folded, especially in a car that he doesn't feel works for this race. But it's not bad. It's a good start to our main event episode. If you are enjoying this series or any content channel, don't forget to subscribe, and liking the episodes does help as well. And let us know what cars you like using, or in this case, don't like using, or feel that don't work within the races of Dirt 5. We're still learning as we're trying out new cars. We kind of at the start of the series found cars we liked and stuck with them. Now it's become more of a let's see what other cars do. And normally, I'm the one who takes the risk. Admittedly, I probably wouldn't have taken a risk in the main event showdown event, but he decided to. So full credit to him for that. Now we're coming towards the latter part of the race. He's currently in 10th, 11th place now. He's battling hard for positions. What can he gain as he comes through on the last corners of the track? The right-hander next, trying to take some positions back. It's a little bit wide. He's going to go across the line sideways, and he finishes in 10th place. Obviously not a top 3. So Soldier Boy's in the car now, and we've changed the car. It is the Aston Martin V8 Vantage GT4, as this is the car that I probably would have chosen for myself to open first anyway. In the main event, to choose a car we've never driven, I think is a big risk. And full credit for Wolverine for doing so. Although I did try that car actually, after we completed this race, I actually tried the car that Wolverine had, and I agree, the car is undrivable. So, there we go. Anyway, back into this. I'm currently into 5th place, battling hard here. This car has got good speed. It is okay in the corners. The only thing I would say, the mud, the lack of traction can cause an issue. So this is going to be interesting. At 5th place currently, going through a few cars down the middle. They're up to 2nd momentarily. Can we hold it as we take the right-hander? We can. And we take 1st position as well. Now this is the bit of the track I was watching Wolverine do, and I hated the look of it. And we did get a bit out of sorts there. We're dropping down back to 5th place. Getting caught up with the cars that they all braked when I just went into the back of them, didn't brake early enough. The right-hander to finish off the lap. and we're still in 5th place after the first lap. I think that's good going. Managed to hold her own with these cars. And the car that Wolverine had used is actually there on our outside right now. So it can be driven in this race. I don't know how, neither does he, but it can be by the looks of things. Currently in 2nd place, trying to compete for 1st place. And we're doing okay. Did catch a bit of a rock there, it caused a bit of an issue. Currently 2nd place. This is a really tough battle now between the top 5. Try and hold position. We need the top 3. I'm not even worried about the win. All I want is a top 3. But we're going to make it up the inside here and take 1st place. We can't hold it on the exit. Really poor exit because of their line. Left-hander now. This time we make it count. We do hold on to 1st place. We make it through the corner. Right-hander next. And then we're going to go for the bit of track that Wolverine and myself hated. This was just so thin and difficult to navigate. Just try to lower the speed a little bit, really, to make it a bit more manageable through that section. Right-hander turned a bit early. Do make it through. You can see the cars want to tail behind us. It's going to be a fight to the finish. 1 lap to go. We are currently in 1st place. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing on the last lap or not. No gap. As you can see, a bit of a T-bone there for the car behind us. We're still maintaining our momentum and still in 1st place. You kind of do wonder whether you want to be chasing on the last lap. There's less pressure on you. I know I can drop down to 3rd and then we still progress. So there's a bit less pressure in that regard, but catching the rock there didn't help things. But at the same time, I don't want to risk. I know there's a group of 5 in total, including ourselves, battling for these positions. I don't really want to lose out if we can help it. Currently in 1st. Not long to go now. Right-hander here through the tough middle section here. And this is a really tight area that I can't help. I can't stand. Always made me worry that we're just going to catch ourselves out there. Right-hander now to finish off the lap. We are going to hold on for 1st place. By the looks of it, we are indeed 1st place for us. AJ now has some words of encouragement.
So you know when Duran said, oh, well, I suppose maybe I'll watch the race and maybe I'll notice them if they do any good or something like that? Yeah, you got his attention. In a big way. You just lay down the gauntlet, I'm telling you, he is gonna respond. He has to. Then you can shut this guy down.
Words of encouragement from AJ there, and we're showing everything we need to show to actually say to Bruno Durand, we are coming for you. Confirmation of all the rewards coming up. So it did take 2 attempts. I still agree with Wolverine, the Duke Coupe off-road mod was horrendous, although it actually did alright against us. The AI managed to drive it perfectly fine. We don't. So the second race we're going to do in the Showdown main event is the Icebreaker at East River, New York. As you know, Wolverine is a massive fan. He did manage a 6th place, which I thought was fantastic. We're not going to show it, mainly because this episode would be massively long if we did every race in terms of the showdowns. It can take a few attempts. But he managed a 6th place, which was really impressive for someone who doesn't like ice races. But Soldier Boy is going to go in for this one, and he is driving the Peugeot 205 T16 Evo 2 at the 80s Rally Car. And this is a car I've used a lot on ice in these races anyway, so I'm used to this car. Wolverine used the same car, managed a fantastic 6th place. It wasn't really an eventful race, I will say. But really impressive how he did, and he was really impressed with how well he did as well. 5 laps, they're very short laps as well. As you can see, we're drifting it around. We're into 4th already on this 1st lap. Right-hander come up for a left-hander to try to get the car straight, which is a struggle at times. Left-hander now. Can we go into 2nd? We can. Can't quite make it into 1st. He is still in that lead, but we are catching very, very quickly now. Going for the inside. Can we nick it here? Not quite. He's going to have the inside for the next corner, but we're going to nip up the inside as well, as we're going to take the left-hander. And we're going to head straight through here. He's battling hard. You can see him there. He's not wanting us to take 1st position. We're finishing the end of the 1st lap in 1st place, but 2nd is on our tail. Drifting nicely for the 1st corner. This car does drift and handle the ice pretty well for an 80s rally car. When you see 80s rally and ice, you're kind of like, oh no, really? But actually, this car is superb. It just handles brilliantly. It's got decent speed, and I just feel this car's a perfect one for these kind of races. Now, we have got a bit of a gap to the cars behind. It is growing, so whether they've made mistakes or we've just got it perfect for the minute, I'm not sure. I think we've made a few mistakes in some of the corners. We've drifted a bit too much, a bit late on the power and that kind of thing. So I wouldn't say we're doing brilliantly, but at the minute we're holding our own. I think the cars behind have got up a little bit. You can see the little arrow behind us, and that's a bit of an issue. This is a quick left-hander followed by a sweeping right, and then we go on to the home stretch At the end of the second lap, start of the third, we do have a lead. Now can we make this grow? We really need to get a few corners perfect here to make this lead just stretch out a little bit. And the longer this lead stretches out, the better it is for us in case we do make a mistake in one of the corners. And it's so easily done on ice. You can definitely feel the difference in grip. Nice left-hander there. Right-hander coming up, taking that nicely. This was my kind of nemesis corner. I seem to always feel I was really slow out of that. But we do manage to keep the guard going. Bit of an early turn in there. Managed to keep it going though. Now we've got a quick right-hander here, followed by a left. And the quick turns, change in turns is really difficult to get right as well. That left and followed by right, just that turning of the car on ice. As we hit the barrier there, does make it difficult. But we've got a bit of a lead. I think we're okay. No, we're not. The cars are on us. I thought we still had a lead, but we hadn't. On the fourth lap now, the penultimate lap of the race, and the other cars have caught us up. We need some perfect laps. I think the last part of the circuit seems to be the problem for us. We're really good around the early start parts of the lap, but it seems to go away towards the end, and that's where they're catching. And this could be dangerous coming into the last lap, but we're going to navigate this one first. Nice right-hander there. Again, I think we're just a bit too deep. As you can see, the car's catching us up there. Left-hander, not too bad. Other left, drifting it round. Again, very deep into the corner, and I think that's where the mistakes are showing. It's going too deep in the drift, not straighten up quick enough to get the power down. But we've got a quick right-hander, left-hander here, trying to keep it as straight as possible through there. And then we're going to head for the line to start the final lap. We are currently in first place. We need them to make mistakes because this is going to be a tight last lap if we're not careful here. So we're making it round okay now, still carrying on, still trying to make sure we get this gap to the cars behind. On the mini-map, the gap is showing as a little bit. I know that's not an accurate description. What are we? 1.4 seconds. We need to really hold this. This is going to be close, I think, come the end, unless they make serious errors. They may start fighting amongst themselves, and that will, of course, help us. Nice left hand here, drifting it nicely. Turning in a little bit early there. Going to readjust. That's going to lose us a little bit of time. Right-hander now, the arrows are appearing behind us, which means they are close. We've got the left-hander, that's not too bad. Right-hander again here, followed by a left, getting very close to the barrier there. Making it through. We're now on the straight. We've got the final run to the line, and I think we're just about to hold on. We do indeed. It is first place on the Icebreaker event for us, and that is the second main event finished and done. Tough race. The ice races are always close because it only takes one mistake. The majority of cars using the same car as we do, which kind of tells its domination in the ice races, to be honest. Confirmation of all the bonuses and unlocks and money and all that other good stuff. We are currently trying to get ourselves to level 50 because that's one of the trophies needed for the Platinum, and Wolverine, as we explained in the last episode where we had a look at his new track, would like us to get the Platinum if possible. There are a couple of trophies that are going to be difficult though. Now, we're going to move on to the last main event, and this one is the Showdown main event Land Rush at Asif Tifnaut Reverse in Morocco. Wolverine is up first for this one, and he is driving the Audi AI Trail Quattro of the pre-runner class. Now, this is a car I've used previously to try it out, and it was amazing in the corners. The grip this car has is insane. So he wanted to give it a go. We are in Morocco. This is a race we've done a few times. We know the track. It is quite tight. Can he make this work? So Wolverine in the car. Let's see how he does. Off the line nicely, but getting caught up to the car behind him, which is in front of him, sorry. And getting a bit stuck, which doesn't help his speed or momentum off the line, but already up to 75 miles an hour. Over the jump, I think he nudged the car ahead of it sideways there, squeezing himself through the middle, up to 6th place. I think he's going to lose out. Yes, he will, to 7th place now. But he is still holding himself in a good stead here. Up the inside, missing the braking point, losing a few positions on the exit because of that. Back down to 7th now, but we know he's got the speed. He knows he can do well here. We need a 3rd place or above, remember, to finish this. Right-hander turns in very early there and then gets just sandwiched into the barrier. But he's going to come out of all that bit of squabble into 4th place. 3 cars ahead of him. That's the cars he's got to chase down, and they are away currently. He needs to try and close this gap. It's only 3 laps, and he has nearly finished the first one of those 3. This could be quite close. Left-hander now braking too early, turning in a little too early as well. Gets the car around, manages to maintain position. Didn't think he would there. The car behind him was really closing rapidly. Just hold it nicely. Right-hander here drifts it round. And I think the gap is closed a little, but it's tiny at this point. He needs to try and catch up. It's going to have to make up some of his time in the corners here if he can. Left-hander taking it nicely, and the gap has definitely changed. Third place has dropped closer to Wolverine at this point. He's going to get caught on the barrier there. That's going to be a poor exit on speed-wise. There's a car off his inside as well, challenging him for fourth place. But he does hold his own. Car does manage to survive, and he is into fourth place. But again, being challenged from both sides now, trying to just hold it on. Right-hander braking nicely, but did catch the barrier. He tried to get it really close to hold the inside, stop them taking it from him. And he did a good job. It lost a little bit of speed, but he's still okay. Third place though, the gap has increased a little bit now, so he's playing catch up once again. He's going to finish the first lap in fourth place. And I think he can still do this. I think it's catchable. It's going to be close though. Car's on his tail as well. Right-hander here. Lovely corner by Wolverine. Takes it really nicely. That gap has closed up a little bit. Left-hander now. Can he take this just as well? Yes, he can. Getting a bit awkward on exit. Right-hander, very, very wide on exit. Very, very deep, I should say. Right-hander, though, still the third place car. I don't know if it's closing. If it is, it's not by much. Right-hander going too deep into the corner. Didn't really brake enough. Left-hander here, though. Really nice corner there. He caught up a little bit there. That did look like he was getting closer. He knows what his job is. He has to catch third place. That's what he needs to do, and I think currently he is doing so at very rapid speed. As you can see, he's up into third and passed. He has passed third place. Wow, I wasn't expecting that little move. That was brilliant. Right-hander though gets a bit deep into the corner, doesn't manage to pull the car back enough, but he's going to take back third place after losing it momentarily. Can he catch first and second at this rate? There's still only a lap to go. He's got a chance. If these two cars fight, make a mistake, he could be in there. This could get even better yet. Turned too early there, caught the inside. He's now going to be challenged for third place again. It is just a battle for third at this point. He needs to try and get a gap if he can. Caught the barrier again there, which gives the other car a chance to catch up. Right-hander now, going around the outside, very deep. And he bring the car round. He can actually uses the banking to help increase speed. Left-hander now, braking nicely, drifting it round. He has got the third place now. He's going to finish the second lap and start the final lap of the race in this showdown main event. He has got third place. Fourth is on his tail though, so this is still going to take a lot of good driving to make this stick. Right-hander now drifting it nicely, catching the barrier on the inside. He's got a bit too tight. He's so conscious of the other car that I think that's the thing that's putting him off at this point. Left-hander though takes it nicely, maybe a bit deep, and the other car slams straight into him, but he is unfazed. He takes the corner nicely and just trying to keep this car behind him. The car is not letting him up. He is still trying really hard to get past. Wolverine though doing a very good job of defending. He's not even worried about first and second now. His ultimate goal is defend third place and just try and make sure we get the third and finish the main events. Doesn't matter about first and second. They're away, they're gone. We've had to defend too many times really to try and catch him. The left-hander, he looks like he's got a bit of a gap to the car behind him. It does catch the barriers into that corner, just gets completely out of sorts. I think the car behind may have made a mistake as well though, to be fair, because there's still a bit of a gap on the mini-map. Right-hander now, he's going to go through the water. Yep, the two cars ahead as well, that gap seems to have closed, strangely. I still don't think he's going to catch him. The gap to the car behind, what is that, 1.6? That might be enough. He may just have this in the bag if he gets this right. Left-hander, right-hander combo. Can he bring it round with a barrier there on exit? Now he's keep the speed, still going 50 miles an hour around the corner, which I think is pretty good. And the gap has opened to the car behind. They must have made a mistake with that previous corner, because there is a big gap now behind Wolverine. He may have third place in the bag. He holds on here. Down the banking again. He used that last time to great effect. Left-hander now bringing it around first and second. Aren't really fighting enough to bring them back to him, but this is going to be a decent finish and a fantastic result for Wolverine. And it is third place, and that is the showdown main events finished. What a race from Wolverine there. He battled hard. He knew what he wanted to do, and it worked. He had a fantastic battle with the car in fourth before the last lap. He was really trying hard, and he managed to do some really good defensive driving. So that is a fantastic result. As we see, the prizes and the prize money coming in for third place. Yeah, completely happy with that. We don't have to win every race. A stamp is required, and in these we needed a third place, and that's what he did. Couldn't be prouder. Fantastic result. Confirmation of reputation. We did change our sponsor halfway through the episode. We'd maxed out a previous one, so just trying to max out this one to get different liveries more than anything else. Wolverine's quite interested in all the different liveries we can change and use. But the confirmation of all our unlocks, and that is the main event's finished. A fantastic result, really, in the final one. So next episode we begin the red zone, the final zone of the career mode of Dirt 5 before we move on to the DLCs. If you're enjoying this series, as I said earlier, don't forget to subscribe. A like does help as well. And we'll see you with more Dirt 5 very soon.